Hello everyone, it's Serpent, and welcome back to another episode on the ImpSMP server. Over there is the AFK fish farm that we've been spending a lot of time on lately. Well, I have. I haven't actually shown most of it. It's lagging unbelievably. But I've been, as I said, I've been spending a lot of time here. Probably about 10 hours just AFK. Don't worry, I'm not spending 10 hours of my life here. Standing and fishing, but we have a lot of stuff. I'm not going to go through it all because that would be a long time, but I guess I'll hover over some of it, just like that. And I guess if you care for some reason, you can pause the video. Anyway, and then I've also got more of it in here, basically a ton of stuff. And that is unbelievably good because we just died miserably and it's all very sad. I have made this Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3, Mending, Efficiency 5 pickaxe, which is quite the nice thing. But we do need more. And I suppose we need more diamonds particularly. And that's why this video is titled Commercial Gain. Because we are going to be spending the video trying to get diamonds, trying to make shops for diamonds. I'm not going to do it the old-fashioned way by mining. That's for noobs. That's right. Like that sugarcane over there. It's a noob. And also we are going to be making something that every server needs and every server spends lots of diamonds at. And that is an enchanted bookshop. Hence the AFK fish farm that we spent ages on. Ages at, I suppose. What is wrong with this lag? Anyway, I'll just ignore it and hopefully it won't make anyone throw up. Still, all this goodiness, all these goodies will be sold. Well, all the ones I don't need immediately. I'm not going to put garbage books into the store. Well, I will, but I'm not going to put exclusively garbage books into the store. I will take some of the good ones for myself, but I'm not just going to filter out all the good ones and give them to me and put the rest in the store. Anyway, I'm going to be building an enchanted bookstore. I've got a pretty good idea for what I want for the actual store to be, and we need obsidian for that. I'm not going to be mining the obsidian right now because I want to do something at the moment, but that will be coming soon, and then we'll make stuff and it'll all be well and good. Yes, the wandering around or something reminded me that I wanted to do a little bit of an enchantment session to start this off, because as you may notice we have 43 levels, which is quite a lot of levels. Actually, do I actually have anything I want to enchant? That could be an issue. In the meantime, though, because I don't have enough books or anything to enchant, we have 1 diamond left. This is our entire stock right there. So, since we have 1 diamond, and you can't make anything with 1 diamond, I know the truth. Don't try to tell me there's some fancy dirt digging tool that you can make with a diamond. I know the truth. Don't try and tell me lies. Anyway, you do what I'm going to do what you naturally do with a singular diamond. I'm going to rename it, and now I have a pet diamond. It's like a pet rock, but shinier and more valuable. So we'll try to keep Snippy here alive, and he may, judging from our past records, he will not live a very long life. Poor Snippy. Still, we'll try our best, Snippy. Yeah. So now we can move on to not doing that because I don't want to. So for one of the shops that I want to build, we shall be needing some nether wart blocks for coolness, because nether wart blocks make coolness. And I don't have nether warts, so you may be saying, well, hold on, lag, okay. you may be saying, well, Serpent, you don't have any nether wart, so how are you going to make nether wart blocks? Well, I have a secret stash of nether wart somewhere. I won't tell anyone where it is, but I have one. Well, here we are at an undisclosed location, about to go underground to my secret nether wart stash, and we shall collect but one. These are delicate supplies. Okay, we shall collect but 3. These are delicate supplies. You can't take too many at a time, otherwise the crops won't regrow. Maybe, or maybe I just don't want someone to notice. Just a quick notice, since this is the ImpSMP server, from now on I will refer to the other players in the server as imps. Indeed, and I am too. Don't worry, it's a two-way thing. Anyway, I'm going to check my shops, but I don't really anticipate anything because I think all the other imps think this tree is just a tree, perhaps, or they don't need wood. One way or another. And anyway, and then this one, it's good. I mean, it's very helpful. It's just that once people buy some, they never need any more again for some reason. Oh, a map. Anyway, we are going to be doing some coolness over here, just not quite yet. Oh, look at that, my base. It's gorgeous. Okay, fine, it's terrible, but it's gorgeous. And just for your information, don't worry, my base is absolutely horrific at the moment, but I can't work on it really because I don't have silk touch and the whole thing's made of packed ice. So I can't move any blocks and I can't break any blocks and I can't collect more materials. So that project has sort of hit a brick wall a little at the moment. But don't worry, we won't leave the floating quarter dish above the floating half dish with netherrack all over it. It will eventually turn into something beautiful. Well, now that we have the nether wart sourced from my secret stash, we'll need to gather some soul sand. I have a total of 5 at the moment, which is pretty awesome, but I do need a tad more for what I want to get. So let's scooch on over here and start mining away some soul sand. 2 stacks ought to be enough for what we want to do. Something just struck me, and it wasn't the zombie I just beat up. I need silk touch for the space station, but oh, there's the video I was rendering. Thank you, Movie Maker. Thank you for ruining this recording. Okay. So where was I? The space station we can't go on with, not right now. I don't have silk touch, but we do have other projects that I have in mind, and basically I'm about to divulge the plan, so listen up and listen good. We are going to be building planets around the space station, and we'll travel to the planets and stuff will be there and it's going to be epic. It wasn't quite as dramatic as I was hoping there. Still, it will be cool. And I think the netherrack situation is probably about good right now. So I think the space station can probably go out about in this direction, and I'm going to use cobblestone as the scaffolding. For some reason I thought that should be said. I'm not entirely sure why, because it shouldn't have been. Anyway, I'm just going to scaffold out here and build the well, I suppose just build the planet. Well, I suppose it isn't quite so simple as just build the planet, but it's sorta pretty simple. I'm just going to go down here, and then now we have somewhere to build off, and then basically I think I'm just going to, well, it's going to be texturized and nifty stuff like that, which is the slightly more complicated than just build a planet. but it isn't actually going to be a whole lot more complicated than to build the planet. Still, time to, I think, do a time lapse. Well, that wasn't a very long time lapse, but this is what we're doing. It's sort of akin to what we're doing over there so far, except that this one won't be quite so squashed, quite such a squashed sphere. So we're going to be building a little planet here, and we'll be putting the ground in maybe about this level, which I guess I could do now, and then we can and then inside is going to be nifty, although it can't be nifty quite yet, unfortunately, because we're not yet running the server in 1.12. I'm going to put concrete as lacing, or concrete lining the top on the inside with white concrete as stars, so it'll look like a night sky with stars. And then you'll enter the planet through the side, and it'll be a seamless transition from the outside to the inside of the planet, from the outside to the surface. Anyway, it's going to be nifty, trust me. But we're going to be putting our nether wart farm here, so I think I'll keep building this, and then we can get back with another progress update. And we're out of nether brick. Another rack. I can see I'm going to have to rip up my pickaxe doing this. Well, in the meantime, let's take a drop down here and see what it looks like from the bottom. Hopefully it'll be cool. That would be nice. That is pretty nifty. It does look slightly like a I don't know. Looks slightly lopsided. Go away. Oh, okay. I realized what was the problem. Of course it's lopsided. We just ran out of netherrack halfway around the circle. Yeah, it is a little squareoid, but I think I can deal with that. That's sort of slightly the look I was going for, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. And we're back. In between the these two cutscenes, actually, it's been a long time, so I'm not actually sure what the last cutscene was, but regardless, we have got a heck of a lot of obsidian. I hope this will be enough, otherwise I'm going to have to do another AFK session. The obsidian farm AFK sessions are pretty easy to set up and easy to do, but you have to do them pretty frequently, which does slightly get annoying, or get slightly annoying, whichever. Also, for some reason, I randomly decided to trap this dude. If we hop up here and look at him, which we can't, then he has a name, but whatever. You can't see it. It doesn't matter. It's not that clever anyway. Sniff. Okay. So, another thing we're going to be needing is some spruce wood planks. Easy stuff. And then also we need some wool. And that is a little bit more tricky because I don't have a spider farm, I don't have a mob farm, I don't have a sheep farm. So we're going to have to do a little picking around for wool. Okay. The little guy down in the outside the window may have to go. Well, the first place we should probably go is the cow and sheep pen. It's not a sheep farm, so my previous statement isn't false. It's just so terrible that it doesn't really qualify. Anyway, we are going to take a peek over here. Well, there are some, and I will happily take the wool, but it's not nearly enough, probably. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough. Aha! We have some string here. This might actually be a decent source, although it's not particularly looking like it, I have to admit. Well, it's 4 pieces. And I think now we have just enough for what I wanted to build. 24 pieces. Well, as you may have already guessed, we're going to be building an enchantment table as the shop. So now the next thing to do is to go get an enchantment table and see what they actually look like, because I've probably made some ugly assumptions. Well, not as poorly assumed as I would have thought. I'm going to be taking this. Because otherwise I'll just instantly forget what it looked like. That's just how life works. So now we take this to the place with the stuff, the spawn area, and then we shall basically just make a model of that. So right about here looks like a fairly decent spot. So it's time to place down our visual aid, and then we get out our tons upon tons of obsidian. So this obviously should be the center point. So let's get that up, and then let's see. That's 4 blocks. So another 4, making 7. This isn't going to be a pixel to pixel representation, but it will be pretty good. I think that's about right. And then we shall extend this just like that with a gap. And it does bug me that the gate over here doesn't line up with the gate, with the entrance. But oh well. That one can't be helped. Anyway, I am going to build this up a little, and when we get to something slightly more interesting, I shall reappear. Well, we are indeed at the interesting point, and I think this is where the more colorful stuff is going to come in. So I'm going to be using redstone, just because I haven't used any redstone yet in the series, really, and basically it's the right color. Otherwise, I wouldn't use it anyway. So I shall do that, and that looks a bit like that bit, and then it would appear we do some more of that. Let me get my obsidian and place that there, and then maybe another one of those. Let's see. Ooh, it's looking a tad tall. I think probably taking off that top bit there would be a good idea. That way this won't be too tall, and it will look a bit more convincing. And then over in this area, since this apparently is going to be the top level, is where the blue corners are. We eventually, I hope to replace that with diamond or some other pretty turquoise block, but we don't have diamond or another pretty turquoise block yet. We don't have wool either, because we're already about to use all of that. So taking a look at that, it still looks decent. I'd also eventually like to probably add some more detail. I don't know, more texturing on the corners and other stuff, but currently I don't really have the resources for that, so I'm just going to do the best I can, and then we'll come back sometime later. I hope I have enough nether brick now. Long story short, it wasn't, and now it's raining. which slightly annoying. For the mainly the reason that I have to go wait for more nether brick to smelt up. Turns out the reason I miscalculated so greatly was just because the thing was larger than I thought it was. Instead of being 7 by 7, it was 8 by 8, 9 by 9. Well, some good news is even though we're out of the nether brick, which I am smelting up more of, we do have loads of extra obsidian, which is great. It means we can add to the ender, and that's really good because this server I think is still XP farmless, which is very, very inconvenient. In the meantime, though, we do actually have enough nether brick to finish the roof. Although, saying this, I realized that we still need to do the floor, which will involve some nether brick stairs. But we should be... We're pretty close to finishing up, so that's good. Saying that, though, I do think the floor would look rather nice as endstone bricks, maybe mixed with endstone and bone blocks. So I'm going to also try that and bring that along. Although I will need some more endstone, which I don't have on me. That does mean, though, that we can take our obsidian over to the ender and add that on, which is cool. I will not fall into the lava as I'm crossing this path. Which reminds me, from now on, from when I get around to making a batch of fire resistance potions on, I'm going to have a fire resistance potion on me whenever I travel in the nether. However, it remains to be seen how long it'll be until the until I get around to making that batch of fire resistance potions. Don't worry, this won't always be a dirt bridge. I've got a pretty cool idea for what I want to do to make the thingy out of the path, and it's not going to be a path. It's going to be much niftier. I'm being clever about it this time. I've stuck some important stuff in a chest down there, and my pickaxe, which I will need to bring up with me to mine the netherrack back down, I'm going to put in a chest up at the top. Very clever. So if I fall into the void, I won't lose my efficiency 5 massively good pickaxe. And there we go. That's quite a good spawning platform right there. Also, hopefully it's not going to be too noticeable, because the goal here is to have the nice little pattern underneath there, and then ideally you won't be able to see a whole lot more, but since obsidian is still spawnable, it will still be spawnable, of course. I don't think I got rid of the chest up there. Now the chest has got rid of it. Good wording. That's pretty good right there. And they're all one-hit kills. Very nice, very nice. And it'll only keep getting better as we expand that further. And yeah, that looks pretty good from beneath. I am quite chuffed. Let's just mend up our pickaxe. So cool. Look at the XP flat. And it's already full. I mean, it wasn't that unfull to begin with, to be fair, but it's pretty awesome. I suppose I'll probably have to teleport proof this. Yeah, I don't know. This seems like a sort of a waste. I don't know. Actually, something pretty nifty about this farm is that the endermen that fall down and teleport out onto this platform will head over to here and get angry at the endermite up there. So even if they do get out, you're not proving my case very well, Sonny. Okay, but they will, trust me. Hello? Enderman? Okay, never mind. I thought they did, but they don't. At least not all the time. Regardless, this is actually quite a good farm. Observe. So cool. Anyway, I'm really glad that this is actually usable now, because earlier the rates were so slow that you couldn't really do much, and we'll keep expanding that platform there, and more endermen will keep spawning, and all will be excellent. not just well excellent. In the meantime, though, I'm quite certain we have enough nether brick to finish this top bit. Actually, I'm not entirely sure if I showed you this. No, I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah, there we go. As you can see over there, there's a dark bit in the center. I'm using nether brick. It's not a perfect fit, but then again, it never is. Okay, fine. I probably could have found something perfecter, but that's what I chose. Oh, go away. That's what I chose because because basically I had it. So now I'm going to collect some spruce wood because I used some over there and now I need some more. And then we can make the book on top and we'll use wool for the pages. Yes, returning here reminds me that while I was at the end I was supposed to get some endstone. Well, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. Why did I say that? Of course it's going to happen. It's just not going to happen while I'm in the end, in the last time I was at the end, because I'm not there anymore. Not entirely sure it looks like a book. In fact, I'm entirely sure it doesn't look like a book. I suppose I'll just have to dumb the design down a bit. I have just realized something that basically means, well, first of all, I'm going about that all wrong, and second of all, this could be so much easier. So basically I'm just going to make the book out of slabs, quartz slabs and spruce slabs, and quartz is easier to get than the wool, and the spruce I already have, so that's all good, and I get to keep my wool. And the book will look a lot better. Hopefully. Yes, that looks like a much more convincing book. It's still not perfect, but it is a lot better. And I think I'll probably leave it at that because I just don't know how to build a book, to be honest. Also, it's not that bad. I'll keep that story. So, my iron axe broke. I don't actually have another one, so I'm using wood. That's in case you were wondering. Now, though, the entire shop is done other than the interior, and that, of course, requires the endstone. Although, perhaps first I can maybe map out a little something. Well, I do actually have something that I've planned out, and it's pretty cool. It doesn't actually involve endstone, which I doubt is a coincidence. And right now I'm just going to fetch some supplies and stock up the shop. Well, the interior is nice, but be warned, it is a tad cramped. So as we go in, it's all nice. The bone block floor is pretty cool. Yeah, I like this. And then there's this weird lamp thing. And as you can see, there's tons of nice enchanted books in here. So, that's all good. What we need to do now is pick some poppies and color those shulker boxes. That didn't take long, only about 3 or 4 seconds. So, now we just color them. Yes. This glitch. You have to rename everything you want renamed to one at a time. It's a little bit excessive, but that's the way it is. It's a glitch though. It'll be fixed. And there we go. The prices. Any book, 5 diamonds. You can't put them there. That's just cruel. Huh. Well, it's not as nifty looking, but there's the new place. At least it stays on. Oh yeah, I brought a couple more enchanted books too. Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, now we just need to wait for the diamonds to come rolling in. However, unfortunately, that's all I've got time for today. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.